Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be making some stir fry, some lumpia, and I've cooked some rice, and we're going to have some barbecue chicken. I've got that in the oven right now. It's just drumsticks, so I'm going to be doing that up. And while we're doing that, I'm going to be having a little talk with y'all. I'm going to turn my handy dandy burner on right here. Well, and of course, I need to light my fire up here. Woo. The stove don't want to light no more, y'all. Well, how's everybody doing today? Hey, Cherry, how are you doing, baby? You doing good? Good to see you, Cherry. Good to see you, baby. Okay, y'all, I'm going to get an egg for my egg wash to finish out my lumpia as I make it. Because you need a little bit of egg wash in a little bowl. Okay? And this is what you have to do. Baby, I'm doing just fine. Let's see here. Put that right there. Y'all, you take your egg and you just mix it up a little bit and set it to the side. Now, this is our mix for our lumpia in this pot right here. And it's still just a little bit hot, but I'll be able to use it. Now, what this is a pound of, I used ground beef, and I put some seasonings in it, just like garlic and onion powder and a little bit of cayenne pepper, paprika. Matter of fact, I need to add some more paprika to that because I didn't put enough. But and I didn't put enough garlic powder. Oh, you did get avocado oil? Cool beans, Anna. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic powder to this. In total, you should, for every pound of ground beef you use, you should use a pound of shredded cabbage. Well, it needs to be cabbage, carrots, and whatever other vegetables you choose to shred up real thin and mix in here. I've got radicchio, cabbage, some Chinese cabbage, carrot, and shredded up celery. Well, basically finely chopped celery, onion, and I think that's it. And you add for every pound of ground beef, you put a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of paprika. That's what I put in mine. And I add a little bit more onion powder. And then you put a teaspoon of, it calls for soy sauce, but I do not use soy sauce, y'all, because of the sodium in it. I use some type of amino. And today I'm going to be using coconut amino, okay? So we're going to put about a teaspoon of that in it. And then I'm using a little bit of sesame oil, okay? And I can't never get the top off of this without fighting. Should have already had it off. Goodness gracious. What can I use to get it off? I have to use this. Okay. Anyway, you top on your thing, you got to be real careful with it. All right. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon of sesame oil in it. Okay. I'm just going to set that to the side because I'll need it again later. Okay. And you mix it up real good. Okay. Mix it up real good. Now, y'all, my hands have been washed, so we're not using these hands to do this. Okay. All right. Set that to the side. I need a bigger spoon, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Well, y'all, hold on. I got to go get me a spoon. A bigger spoon. That stuff's still too hot to pick up and use. Okay. You take your egg roll wrapper. Now, this one's got a little hole in it, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and use it. Put about a tablespoon of your mixture, maybe a little bit more, in the middle, okay, of your egg roll wrapper. And then what you're going to want to do is fold in the sides like you do an envelope. And then turn it over and in and just roll, okay? And you're going to take that little bit of egg wash and you're just going to close it out like you do an envelope, okay? That one broke open, but that's okay. All right. Let's see here. Hey, Bonnie, how you doing, baby? Okay. I'm going to set that one in the bottom of my oil and let it get to cooking. Okay? And it shouldn't take too long to get these in the pan. And don't overload your pan, y'all. Don't overload your pan because you want your stuff to cook evenly. Remember, wrap in the sides. Okay? Then fold. Okay? Fold and roll. And just drop it in your oil. And I'm making this lumpia more like egg rolls, okay? Lumpia is a Filipino dish. And typically I would put bean sprouts in this too. But y'all, I didn't have bean sprouts. So I am using what I have today, which is exactly the ingredients I told you. Okay? Now, if you want to make this and you want to make it simple on yourself, you can get a bag of this. And I got this as an example to show y'all. You can get a bag of coleslaw mix that's got everything in it and use it, okay? And that's what I did, but I added some more stuff in it. I added radicchio and the Chinese cabbage because I had a little bit of it. So I added that in mine. And a little bit of extra carrot. Okay? So, yeah, good to see everybody. Yep. Yeah, you can bulk it up with pretty much anything that you've got. I've even put broccoli in the show. I have literally used broccoli before. Where's my tongs? They're right in front of me. Okay, y'all. You want your egg rolls to get about, hold on, about that color on each side, a little bit tan, okay? Don't want to let them get too dark. Okay? Set that right there. Okay. Remember, put your mixture in the center and roll it up from the sides, and then put it like an envelope and just stick it in your oil. And don't put too much mixture. Y'all see I'm putting about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more than some, okay? Sides, roll up, okay? And putting the egg wash on it helps keep it closed while it's cooking, okay? All right, y'all, I only have a few of these. I do not feel like making more. So, and I actually didn't make these. I intended on making some, but these are actually store-bought. So I did not make these wrappers. They way too pretty to be mine, y'all. I very rarely can get my egg roll wrappers homemade this pretty. Very rarely. Mine usually looks all kinds of messy. But they still taste good, y'all. Y'all seen me make some not too long ago. I did the liquid pour method. And, y'all, I'm not going to use that method no more. That was so aggravating. Them things, Some people can do it. It's like an art. It's like an art form, you know. But y'all, I tried, and I've done it several times trying. And Debbie's not going to use it no more because mine did not look pretty at all. Like I said, they tasted good, but they weren't pretty. And you can even make these, y'all, like you do a meat patty, where if you want, you can add some cheese in them. And they'll be sort of like a meat patty, but look like an egg roll. I've even done that before, where I just have the beef mixture and I make it more like, almost like a brown gravy, where you just put a little bit of bouillon and a little bit of cornstarch and add a little bit of the aminos. And you make a little gravy with onion and a little bit of garlic. And then you put it on your egg roll, and then you take a piece of don't use mozzarella because it's too stringy. Use a piece of soft cheese like a Gouda. Gouda's one that's real good. Or a piece of white cheddar. That tastes really good. But make sure it's in a stick, okay? Make sure you cut it like a stick so you can lay it on there. And y'all, it'll taste so good. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Now, we're going to put these in a little bowl. All right. Get them out of this oil because they are done. Well, 3 of them are done. Okay. Flip your other ones over because they're starting to turn brown, so we're going to flip them. But y'all, look how pretty those are. Okay, very, very pretty. All right. I'm going to add that one into my oil, and I'm on my last wrapper, y'all. Last little wrapper. And probably what I'm going to do with the rest of this is do exactly what I told y'all. I will, on another day, I'll make a little gravy sauce, and I'll make some more egg roll wrappers, and then I'll do a video and I'll show y'all what it looks like with the cheese. Okay? But for right now, that's what I'm cooking today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9. Okay? But you see how much I have left? That should do about 30. This is supposed to make about 30 full egg rolls or about 100 lumpia, which 100 lumpia is like you take, well, right at, I used like, I make 30 of these, and then I cut them up in little squares, and it makes about, well, 120. So 30 times 4 is 120. So when I make these, I end up with about between 100 and 120 of these little lumpia, but they're tiny. Okay, so just so you know, that's the way you make it. Hey, Running with God, how are you today, sweetie? I loved your post this morning. That was 100% truth, Running with God. Yes, Bonnie, that's what I was going to tell you. Freeze the rest of it. This will be frozen, and at some point later on this week, I will go back and I'll do a video. I might not be live, but I'll do a video on it so y'all can see how I use that to make the cheese. I'll make some that have cheese in them, and I'll make some that don't have cheese. Okay? So y'all get the whole version. Hey, Remote, how are you doing, baby? Okay, y'all, it's time to turn them. Now, some of yours will get a little bit more brown than the other ones, but that's okay. Okay? And another thing too, Anna, if you make you some fry bread, take your fry bread recipe, and instead of making it into fry bread, just add just a little bit more water. I'm talking about a tad bit, and you can make wraps and turn your fry bread recipe into thin wraps. Just roll them out thinner, and girl, them things, they will be very, very yummy. Now the dough will be a little bit thicker, but especially if you add the cheese inside of it, y'all, it'll be so creamy and good. And unlike the egg roll wrapper that'll be so crispy all the way, it will have a crispy on the outside, and then it'll be a lot moister on the inside. Okay? So, just so you know. And Bonnie, fry bread, because I know you've had it before. But y'all, look at that. Aren't those so pretty? Very, very pretty. Yum, yum, yum. Okay? I better put them up before I want to eat one. Because y'all know me, I'd like to be tasting everything. Okay. Now I need to put that in a container in my freezer. So and I think I'll go ahead and divide it up into 2. I'll put this for the cheese ones and these without cheese, or vice versa. Okay. Y'all, I have a fly in my kitchen. Fly, I know God made you for a reason, but it was not to annoy me while I'm cooking. Okay, y'all. There is a 1-pound container, y'all. All right? That's a pint. That's a pint of that stuff. Okay, so now we have a half pint. Okay, so you should be able to see how much this makes. And if you want to double this recipe, I would advise that you only double it by using like a small head of cabbage about this size right here. Like maybe a half to a third of this cabbage, cut it up and shred it up real fine, and only add a little bit more onion and a little bit of garlic and a little bit, 1 teaspoon more of the sesame oil and your aminos or your soy sauce. Do not add more meat. You can stretch it out by adding vegetables, okay? Because really, I think 1 pound of ground beef is way too much. You can use ground venison, ground lamb, ground turkey, ground buffalo, whatever kind of meat is your meat preference. You know, I wouldn't advise using more than a pound of it. Okay, I would just add more vegetable if you need to make more and feed more people. Okay. You know what, remote? Honey, I've tasted way too much, don't you think, babe? Just saying. You know, I got to be careful on the taste testing. You know, I get to eat a plenty. Now, some things you got to taste because you need to. Yeah, beef and cabbage is good, but y'all look at that. A pint and a half. Okay. So you're looking at 24 ounces right there that we can have potentially 3 more meals off of that. Okay, because you really only need about a half of a pint to do 8 to 10 of those egg rolls. Okay, so I'm just saying, you know, that was really that would have been 2 pints. So now we have a pint and a half. So I really used a half of a pint of mixture. Okay. And now y'all see I'm putting this in my freezer right here in my kitchen. Okay. So y'all see what I did. Now I've got to let this grease cool down so I can take it out of there to get my stir fry blended. And y'all, I'm saving my egg wash. And the reason why is because when I go to scramble my eggs up to mix in my rice, we're going to use this. We're not wasting this little bit of egg wash. Okay? It's going to be used. I do not want to be wasting anything. Okay? So, now on to my next step. All right. We have got to shred some more cabbage and some onion, and we have a little bit of red onion here that I'm going to use. And y'all, this is the end. I'm using every little bit I can use. And a little orange pepper. We've got some broccoli. And I don't know if I'll shred up some carrots or not. I might. We'll see in a minute. Okay? Or a few minutes. Okay, remote, you have a blessed day, baby. We love you too. Okay, y'all, but shred your cabbage up finely. All right? Shred it up finely. I'm wondering, did y'all have a hard time sleeping last night like I did? had a very hard time sleeping last night. I went to sleep praying, woke up praying, which, I mean, I go to sleep praying and wake up praying every morning and every night. But prayed a lot longer last night than I normally do, y'all. And our church service we had last night, y'all, oh, it was so, you talk about feeling the Holy Ghost in the church, y'all. Telling you, God's moving in this country. And this nation's got to turn back to the Lord, y'all. So we need to be on our knees praying as much as we can pray. You know? We had a great service last night at church. It was just, it was good, y'all. We had about 11 people in attendance for prayer meeting and worship last night. And, I said, we can worship with 11 the same as we can a full house, And that we did. We didn't worry about how many was or wasn't there. We just worshiped the Lord. And I was so thankful we were able to go. My husband wasn't feeling the greatest when he came inside from feeding the animals, but y'all, we went. And they prayed over him last night. Well, we all prayed over him. And you talk about feeling the Holy Ghost move and work and Yeah, emotionally drained. Yeah, exactly. I think we were all feeling emotionally drained, Bonnie. But I feel filled up with the Holy Ghost, girl. I'm gonna tell you what. You know what? I'm telling you, that's what we all need to do, Cherry. We all need to be praying all over this country. All over this whole country. Y'all, I think my stir fry needs some more red in it. What y'all think? Yeah, I already cut up my orange pepper, didn't I? Okay, y'all. We give it a little. I'm going to give it some red onion. Y'all see I'm so messy. You see how I'm doing? Okay, y'all. We're going to save the rest of it for my stock. Y'all remember my stock bag I have in my freezer that I'm always adding to. I just made some more stock, so y'all see my bag got little because I used my other stock bag, so we're starting a new bag. Oh. Can't forget I got some more stuff to put in it. Okay. Got to save all them goodies. Yum, yum, yum. See, I don't think we need any more. I'm not going to do carrot because I think that's a plenty, don't y'all? Yeah, Bonnie, see? Y'all see what Bonnie put? She said she saw 3 universities in 3 different states receive threats and they had to close. I mean, oh, goodness. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible. Okay, y'all, I think this is cooled off enough. Yeah, it's cooled off enough. I can put that in something else. Where's my other? I'm going to put it in my measuring. No, I'm not. Am I? Should I? Yeah. Put it in my measuring cup. Or one of my measuring cups. Because I need to strain it. Y'all, this is some... Avocado oil is expensive, so I would say strain off your avocado oil so you can reuse it for... If you've already used it for frying, just strain it so you can reuse it, okay? And I'm going to cut up a little bit of jalapeno in my stir fry. Okay? And when I get up to the seed, of course, y'all know what I'm going to do with my seed. Okay, because these I grew. I've already got plenty of seed. So it's going in my super stock bag. Okay. You have a blessed day too, running with God. We love you. You take it easy, baby. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, that is a prayer warrior. If I ain't never seen one, that lady. She is a powerful, powerful warrior for God. You hear me? And if you have not went and checked her out, you go check her out. You'll be very, very pleased with looking at her stuff. And I'll drop her link before I get off of here. Mwah, running with God. You be careful, baby. Thank you for coming. Okay, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and start my stir fry pan. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water to it and do a steaming method, okay? So I'm going to steam it first. I'm putting a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan, okay? And of course my clicker don't want to work. Y'all, my clickers on my stove. But that's okay. God provided me with matches, so. My matches will work, okay? I'm just so. See there? It was all me. Look at that. Okay, now that I'm going to turn up to high. Okay? Now, we're going to get some of this broccoli out of here. Just a couple florets, y'all. You don't, as you can see, I've got a whole pile of stuff here, so you don't need much. Okay? You do not need much. So, just took a little out of there. There we go. That's a plenty right there, y'all. Now I'm going to break off my little broccoli floret trees. Okay. I'm going to cut up my stem and keep my stem in there. Because I'm eating the stem, y'all. Hey, Show and Tell, how are you, baby? Girl, you kept that stream up for a long time. I had it on while I was doing my housework. Listening. You kept me company. I was going between worship music and listening to your channel. Oh, it is still going. You got yours up and you come here. Oh, thank you, honey. Oh. I feel special. Okay, y'all, you see this? It's going right in here. Okay? And we're going to steam this. All right? And y'all, we're going to snitch my son's little handy dandy cover. Here's our Blackstone cover. We're going to snitch it and use it. We're just going to borrow it for a little short time. That's what we're going to do. Cover it up. Okay, I can put my paprika up now. And y'all, I'm going to be cheating today by using some Sweet Baby Ray's for barbecue sauce. Because my son, him and my husband really do like Sweet Baby Ray's. But my husband shouldn't really have it a whole lot because of his sugar. But he is, that'll be his treat. Is getting him some Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay? Yeah, you know what? He got a Blackstone. Somebody gave him a Blackstone for Christmas. And he was just as tickled. Oh my goodness, he was tickled. Yeah, I use Intel. I use this little let me show you here. Now I have a big flat one, but I also have this. This is cast iron. It's round and it's got feet on it. Now I've used this on the top of my stove before. Okay. And I was going to use it today, but I don't know if I am. I'm not sure. But that's what I use is a rectangular one I have or that round one. And just I'll go and build a fire outside and put it on top of a grating and use that, and it cooks really, really good. So those are my friends. Oh yeah, I enjoy my cast iron. That's other than my cast iron pan, I'll use my wok for doing my lumpia and my egg rolls. I will, because you use, you can just put a little shallow amount of oil in it and cook a whole lot, versus where if you're using your cast iron, unless you use a really small pan, you've got a lot of surface area to cover. So you end up using a lot of oil. And I use avocado oil, or sometimes I'll use grapeseed oil, but most of the time for that, avocado oil. And Yeah, so I end up using my wok to do my lumpia and my egg rolls to fry them. And sometimes like chicken wings, things that are really small that I've got to fry, I'll use my wok because, like I said, it's a small surface area and you can get it, turned out real quick, but still be using a little oil and get it done quicker. So, I had to turn on my air. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, y'all, look. I have these little tomatoes, the little bit that was left out of the garden. And, we had some little bug bites and stuff. So I cut everything off. And what I'm going to do with these is um, throw them in the freezer in a little baggie for me to use later. And I've got a jalapeno that I grew in the yard that I'm going to put in that same bag because this is going to be used to make salsa later, okay? And I've got some salsa in my refrigerator still that I made, and I want to go and use that first, and then I'll make me another little fresh batch. But that's one thing that you can use with your, little tomatoes that have blemishes or whatever on them is cut your bad stuff out and just put it in a bag and keep on saving until you have enough to make you a little bit of salsa. That's what these are for, y'all. So I'm going to take this bag that my onion was in and just pop it all in there. Okay? And that jalapeno, I'll cut the end of it off, that little teeny end, and I'll keep the seeds and everything all in it and chop it up in little pieces, and it goes right in my salsa. I even leave the seeds in it. So, see that? That's what I'm doing. Now, I have this roasted chicken that I've let rest and get cold. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to just tear it up, okay? And I will use the two breasts to make either chicken salad or chicken sandwiches. But I'll probably make chicken salad with it because I can stretch it out like that by putting a little bit of celery and onions and maybe some bell pepper, some pickles. Who knows? Whatever. I might want to put in it. I'll put in it. And I'll make me some homemade mayonnaise to go in it. But this other meat, I'm going to use in, I'm going to make some chicken and dumplings tomorrow. So I'm going to tear it off the bone, but put the bone in the pot for the stock. Then I'll take the bones out. So we're just going to tear that up and put it in a little baggie. And that's what I'm doing tomorrow, okay? But this I'm going to put in a little baggie for my chicken salad, okay? And of course I'm putting the bone with the soup stock, okay? And the skin and all that. It's going in the soup stock. All right. So let me get another little baggie. So this is for our soup. All right. Okay. think I'll put some of that breast. Yeah, I'm going to put some of that breast in the soup too. Because I just thought about something. We have some sandwich meat that I got. I got some ham and some turkey. So I don't really need that much. Um, I don't really need, I don't really need chicken salad. Maybe I'll save that. I'll save that chicken breast for another meal or something. So I'm just going to separate this. But that little, it was a very little chicken. I'll get probably 3 meals out of it. So yeah, I'll get 3 meals out of it. About 3 meals. Hey, Nick Easy, how are you doing, baby? Hey, y'all. Here we go. That's how you take one little tiny chicken and you get 3 meals out of it. Plus some soup stock. Because with the stock, I'll probably add those vegetables that are in those little vegetable pieces out of my freezer and put it in the stock. Okay? So there we go. Okay, y'all, those vegetables are steamed. All right, they're good and steamed. Now what I'm going to add in it is a little bit of aminos. And no, I'm not taking that little bit of water out of there. I'm going to leave that in. Well, actually, hold on a minute. That's a little bit too much water. It's okay if you got a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan, but you don't want a lot. Okay? That's just a little bit too much. So we're going to, yeah, it's okay if there's a little bit of water, y'all, but you don't want a lot left in it, okay? Luckily, I hadn't got my aminos mixed in there good yet. Okay, now that's just a little bit, so that's good. Okay. But now we're going to add our aminos. Okay, about 1 big tablespoon of aminos, and we're going to put about a teaspoon and a half of sesame oil. Okay, and a little bit of garlic powder. Okay, just a little bit, and some chili flakes. Where's my chili flakes? Oh my goodness. Oh, there they are. Oh my goodness. Some chili flakes, y'all. And my family likes chili flakes, so I put a good little bit in there. Okay? Probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Okay? And it's done. That did not take that long, you guys, did it? Okay? So I'm going to put the lid back on it, set it to the side, and I'm going to go check on my chicken now to see if it's ready to barbecue. Okay? Y'all, when it's so hot in my kitchen that I use my little toaster oven because, yes, y'all, it's ready. See that? It's ready. Okay, and it's got the broth on it, so we're going to use that broth. I'm going to put it in this container right here, and I will add that to my soup stock tomorrow. Okay? Let me just check this to make sure it's done all the way through. Okay? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, it's done all the way through. Now I'll add a little bit of ketchup, or not ketchup, barbecue sauce on it. Because like I said, they like their Sweet Baby Ray's. So I got a thing of sweet Vidalia onion, Sweet Baby Ray's. And I'm going to just drizzle a little bit over the top. Of that chicken. You know, and I did 5 pieces, 2 for my husband and 2 for my son and 1 for me. Okay? So, there you go. That's the barbecue sauce. Now I'm going to put it back in the toaster oven and put it back in the toaster oven for about 20 minutes. And then it'll be done. Okay, so about 20 minutes. All right. Now, other than the chicken, I'm going to plate up so y'all can see everything that I did, okay? Everything I've got done so far. All right. Okay, y'all. Where'd I put my little... There we are. Okay, you guys. That is the meal right there. You got your egg rolls or lumpia, your rice, which is seasoned, and your stir fry. All right. And you don't have to have the chicken, the barbecue chicken with this. Since your egg rolls have meat in them, you can, just have your egg rolls. Or if you wanted to save out a little bit of the egg roll mixture, you could put a little bit of it in your stir fry if you didn't want to cook any other meat. But we're having the barbecue chicken legs with the meal tonight. So when I get the chicken done, I'll do a thumbnail and post it on the video as the thumbnail. So y'all will get to see the chicken done. But that's the meal, okay, that I've done. All right. And I'm coming up on 1 hour. Y'all, I've been trying to keep my lives at no more than an hour. So I have gotten everything done. like I said, the chicken will take about 20 more minutes. So, um, I, if I would have checked it earlier, it was already done. It would probably be done with the barbecue sauce by now, but I kind of forgot, and I'm sorry. So, but I will put the thumbnail up later. Okay. Um, just a little thing before we go, y'all. Um, you know, today marks, you know, today's 9/11. Y'all know that. And that was a horrible thing that happened in our country. Yesterday was a horrible thing that happened. You know, I would encourage everybody to make sure that you don't have hurt feelings with family, friends, loved ones. Um, Forgive them if they've done anything to hurt you. If you've done something hurtful, go and try to make amends and apologize. Don't let silly, y'all, so much of what we worry about is just downright silly sometimes, or it's just petty. Um, Fix and repair those relationships. Repair relationships in your community and the people directly around you. If you go out in public and you run into somebody and y'all, if they seem like they're having a bad day or they're a little bit disgruntled, you know, try to be kind to them, give them a word of encouragement if you're in a position to. Um, Let them know the Lord loves them and that He's there and He ain't never going to leave them. You know, we need to pray. This country needs prayer. Everybody needs prayer. Everybody, y'all. Just saying. Um, don't go to bed at night upset, and especially the people in your house. Okay? And before they walk out the door, tell them you love them. Kiss them and hug them and tell them you love them, because y'all, that might be the day that they get called home or you get called home. So make sure you keep your house in order and love each other, love one another. Thank you all for coming. If you came and you like what you seen, give it a thumbs up. Y'all, that's all. That's all I wanted to say. Okay. Y'all be blessed. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Mwah. I love you.